cutting the grass with my lawnmower. Well, not new. I've used it about 8 times now. But it's my lawnmower. Don't worry, the blades are not turned on right now. So, but she did knock it down. So. Electric lawnmower. So easy to cut my grass now. Just it's not perfectly quiet. Blades have to turn, but I'm sure you can still hear me talking over the video. Music is so light, self-propelled, but I'm using one hand to cut right now. That's how light it is. So, you see just how easy it is to cut this stuff. Quiet it is. It is quiet. It's not perfectly quiet, but it is quiet enough. I really love it. After having had, 6 different riding mowers, a 0 degree, probably 6 or 8 chainsaws. I love having just this electric lawnmower, and I have an electric weed eater, uses the same batteries, and I don't have the gasoline, I don't have to store the gas, I don't have to have the gas around, although I do have it. I have some gas for my pressure washer. I haven't used it yet, but I do have some just in case. It's so nice not to have all that, not to have all that crap. And here I am, one-handed, talking to you while I'm cutting my lawn. It used to take 3 days to do. Now it's, 30 minutes tops. Really, realistically, when it's not hot, it's not even a task. It's really not much of a task. It's a self-propelled light little lawnmower. There's nothing to it. So I'm watching the girls right now, and I'm one-handed recording and talking to you while I'm doing this. This kind of stuff would have been impossible before. Would have had a big ass loud lawnmower going crazy, making all kinds of noise, using all kinds of gas and fumes. So anyway, here I am. I love my new electric lawnmower. So things are good. Life's good. So finished the front yard. Here it is. See how big the front yard is. I'll show you the battery charge that's left. Now I went through the full other 2 batteries. They're on the charger there. And there's 3. 3. So, pretty good. But it's a small little yard. Take from that what you will. Okay, so working on the review of the Makita electric battery powered 36 volt lawnmower. So I just finished the backyard. I about got this backyard cut down to where it's not such thick grass. I think that would be a problem with anybody trying to use this type of a lawnmower. Now, first time I cut it, this lawn was professionally taken care of, and they always cut lawns very tall, 4 inches. So you have these very long blades of grass, and that makes, for some people like that, some people don't. I don't like that. If you have a problem and you can't get out and get the grass cut, and you miss, you're a few days late, or you get some extra rain, whatever, you got a problem when you already start with a 4-inch long lawn. And the blades of the grass lay over. It makes for a thick, kind of a very thick surface to walk on and run on and things. Not real good for kids to play on or anything. It's better if you have a lawn that's cut low. And if you have an electric lawnmower, especially a battery powered lawnmower, you're gonna have a problem if you have a long blade, high cut, like a 4-inch lawn. Now I have slowly cut, you have to train the lawn, you know, I started cutting it at 4, dropped it down, dropped it down, dropped it down, and I shortcutted it. So what I did, instead of waiting a week, which would be normal, I cut it, you know, in 4 days. And so I finally got it down to where it's about a 3-inch lawn. And that's the only way that I think that you would be able to use one of these. I have a small, I would say a very average lawn for modern homes. I'll look it up, the dimensions exactly, and find out, but I will show you. Here's the lawn. This is the back lawn. Now, before, when I first started with the tall lawn, it used to take me 4 batteries, 2 sets, to get through the cut. Now, that's one reason, because when you have a tall lawn like that, these electric lawnmowers, they really struggle with tall strands of grass. They just really struggle with it. And if it's self-propelled, it's very hard to pull in tall grass. So if you get one that is cut down low, not only will it be easier to cut, it will use much less battery, because it pulls itself much easier. So before, when I started out, I was using 4 batteries fully charged. Today, I just finished the back, and I used 2 batteries, and they're both still half charged. So that tells me that these things are much better if you use them and keep your lawn cut down to a lower blade length. And of course, more often will help, but I think the key is keeping your lawn cut down lower, manicured lower, so that it's easier for the wheels to turn and it's easier for the blades to cut. So, all right, we're getting ready to go with this. Get it going there. Okay, so we're about 8 weeks in on the Makita battery powered 36 volt, 18 volt plus 18 volt, self-propelled 21-inch cut electric lawnmower. So I'm going to give you I would call this a long-term review on it. It's been long enough that I have now made about maybe 12 cuts, I think, on this thing. I'm going to give you a walk around on it, but I've done 12 cuts on my yard, and I've cut various things. I've also tried to mulch up some limbs and leaves and things. I'm going to give you a look at my front yard. I don't know that I've ever done that, but here's a look at my front yard, so you can get an idea of the size of the yard. It's a tiny little yard. We have a tiny little yard. It's going to be good for you to know when it comes to seeing if this would be something that you could use. So you'll see the yard. It's a tiny yard. The video shows the backyard, and I just have this small side yard. On each side I have a small little side yard like that. So with that, we're going to come back in here now, and we are rolling on these other ones. So I'm going to put this handheld down probably here in a minute, but what I want to show you is the lawnmower itself. So here's the Makita. It comes with everything that you see here. I want to stay out of the view of all of my cameras here. Comes with everything that you see there, everything that you see here. I want to show you the batteries in case you were curious as to the blades. If you're curious as to what one of these lawnmowers looks like on the bottom side, let me turn this over. Of course, we don't have to worry about spilling anything, any gas or anything like that, because you don't have any. So, in case you didn't know, these things have pretty much regular blades. This is just a regular metal blade, although it's extremely light, and I suspect it's made out of something special. Not sure of that. I haven't looked that up, but it is very light. This entire lawnmower is unbelievably light. So I'm thinking that this blade is probably a special metal. Does a pretty good job cutting. Now, earlier in the video, I think, I'll go ahead and say it again, but my yard was being taken care of by a professional, and the length of the blades of grass was extremely long. Over 4 inches, I would say probably 5 inches. I think that's way too long, and I don't like the look of that. And if you're going to keep a lawn that tall, you're not going to be able to cut it with this lawnmower. Those long strands just destroy the battery. I mean, they just you run through a battery so quick that you wouldn't be able to use this. It wouldn't do you any good. When I first started, the length of the blades was that long, and I couldn't make it halfway through either the front or the back without running through a set of batteries. So I have gotten it to where I can do my whole yard now almost on 2 batteries. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I usually swap over and put the 2 fresh ones in just to get that real good fast RPM on the blades and so I can finish the job quicker. But I could finish on actual 2 batteries. Now, when I first started, I couldn't do the backyard on 4 batteries. And that's because the blade length was just too long, the blade length on the grass. So I have trained my grass down, and I've gotten it down to where it's a real close cut now, and I make sure to cut it about every 5 days, and I can extend the life of the battery, and I can really zoom through this yard now in no time. Now, what I have found is I don't think it's going to do real good on leaves. Now, it's not fall, so I don't know. I haven't had a lot of leaves to use, but the leaves that I have tried to cut up. It cut them, but I suspect that very many leaves are going to be a problem, especially in the fall. So, but I'm not going to give it a bad review on that because I don't know yet. I have tried to do some mulching of small sticks and things, and it just doesn't really do any good for that at all. I paid $499, so all told about $527 tax and everything. I think is what I ended up paying. $550, I think. Does come with the bagger. The bagger. Here's the thing about the bagger. I've never understood the purpose of bagging grass. Not only is it not good for your grass because you're not putting those nutrients back into the yard and letting the yard reabsorb those clippings. It's wasteful. In my opinion, it's wasteful. That has to go into a landfill somewhere, or somebody has to put it into a compost pile. You're probably not putting it into a compost pile. It's probably going into a landfill, which is wasteful. I don't understand the purpose of having a bagger. I just don't. I don't understand. Especially on a lawnmower like this, you put the bagger on there, you add the weight of all of that you're going to be picking up. As you pick that up, the batteries are going to last no time. Now, I didn't try this lawnmower with a bagger attached, simply because I know that it's going to chew through batteries with the bagger attached, because you're adding all that weight right back onto the lawnmower. So as far as the bagger goes, I won't even review that part of it, because I don't even see the purpose of anybody having a bagger unless you have a putting green and you have to get every blade of grass off. You're just better off to just keep chopping the clippings up. So let me make sure this is still recording. We still recording there? Well, we were, and we are again. So on this, you have the standard. You can raise the deck up and down. Like I said, this thing is so light. It is unbelievably light. But that's how you can raise and lower the deck. The batteries go here. This is like your safety cutoff, your circuit breaker. So if you pull that out, the blades cannot energize at all. There's no way the blades can energize through any way. So if you want to be real careful, you always want to pull that out when you've got your feet around the blades or anything. Down here is, this shows you when your batteries are running out, it starts to blink red. I don't think this thing, and here's something I don't think works very well on this. The blades are nearly stopped completely by the time I ever see these devices here, and they're blinking red. Basically, the batteries are completely empty and the blades are stopped. So that's not a very good system there. It doesn't work good. Usually what happens to me is the blades have become so slow that it's cutting terrible. So I stop and check the status of the batteries. Now, up here is how you control the maybe I can spin this around a little bit. Up here is how you control the speed of the self-propel, and this is how you turn the blades on. The red device is how you turn the blades on. The black is always the cutoff, just like any. It's actually the black is the self-propel on the wheels, and anytime you release the red, everything stops. It took me a while, believe it or not, to figure out how to start this thing. So what you do is you turn it on, you push the green, you push the button down, that energizes it. Then you have to press this red button in while you're pulling the red button back. And once you do that, you will hear the blades you'll hear the blades start up. Then anytime you release this red, the blades stop. And then when you grab the black, that's your motor to your self-propel. So it took me a while to figure it out. It actually took me about 30 minutes to figure out how to get this thing to run and to pull. But there it is. I'm going to say that it comes with everything here. It does come with a double charger, and you're going to need that because it will chew through batteries pretty quick. It comes with 4, and so you're going to need the double charger. Now I have all of the Makita equipment, so I have all these extra batteries, so it's not that important to me. But these are the long 5 amp hour batteries. It does come with the larger 5 amp hour batteries and the double charger. And these chargers that come with these Makita batteries, they are intelligent chargers because these are intelligent batteries. So it cycles the batteries correctly so that you're not overcharging or undercharging. That's something that's very important when you're getting battery powered devices nowadays. Make sure that you get intelligent batteries and intelligent chargers. Otherwise, you're going to have a real short life on your device and on your batteries. But overall, I'm going to say that the Makita works great for me. You saw the size of my yard. I would say if you had anything larger than my yard, this would not be a good choice for you. Now I like Makita, you know, I like the brand. I haven't had any problem out of any of their devices, and everything's worked the way they've said that it's going to work. But I think that this was definitely made for a yard exactly this size. If you try to go any taller, any bigger than this, or if you try to do anything more demanding than what I have shown you in this yard, I think you're going to be disappointed. I just think that you're going to run through those batteries, anything any bigger than this, and you're going to start getting a real poor cut, and you're not going to be happy with the cut if you try to go any bigger than this or try to do anything more than what I showed you in these videos. So you saw the type of grass that I have, you saw the type of topography that I have, but for this, for a subdivision living the way that I do, you saw my yard, you saw the way I live, you saw the type of topography I have. For this type of thing, it does what it says that it does, and it does a good job. So I would recommend, if this is the type of yard you have and this is what you're looking to do, I would recommend the Makita. For anything else, I know they have a few other models. I don't know if they're more powerful, better, or for bigger areas. You might want to look into those. But for the price and the size, weight, and the availability of the batteries and everything associated with this device, I would recommend buying it for if you're going to do what I'm doing with it. So overall, I'm happy with the value. Absolutely good value. $4.99. That's a good. You're getting 4 5 amp hour batteries and a double charger on top of the tool, and that's $4.99. I think that's a pretty good deal. So there you go. There's my review on it. Haven't had any problems with it yet. If I do, I'll shoot another video and let you know, and I'll do a long-term, extra long-term review on this too, and let you know if I come up with any problems. Maybe I'll do a video in a few months when the leaves get really heavy, and I'll tell you how how it does with leaves. So there it is. I recommend the Makita 36 volt 21-inch cut self-propelled lawnmower. So there you go. Okay, that's going to do it for this episode. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more review videos and how-to videos and twins videos coming up. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified. Well, that's going to do it. Remember, they may do it another way, but that's the way I do it. We'll see you next time.